Hello. Welcome, guys. Hello. All right. How are we doing today? We good? Good.
Good.
Good. Almost the weekend. We only have 2 more days. We have today and tomorrow, and then it's the weekend. Do any of you guys have fun plans?
So tired.
Tired? Yeah. Okay. All right, I'll give it another minute or two and then we will start. Today we are talking about rhinos and hippos. And then we're also going to talk a little bit about conservation, endangered, and extinct kind of topics today. Okay. All right, what grades are you guys all in? Or what grades are you going to be in the fall?
I'm going to be in 7th grade.
I'm going to be in 7th grade too.
Brony, you're going to be in 7th grade?
I'm going in the 7th.
6th grade.
Okay, so you guys are all pretty much middle school age?
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Gets harder from here on out with school.
Yeah.
Tiring. It's tiring. Especially since I've been on support.
Yeah. Do you guys plan on doing any clubs or sports while you're in there?
I plan on playing football, that's about it.
Football?
Nice.
Nice.
There, so.
Band and orchestra?
Nice. Band. What instrument do
Yeah,
you
I
play?
also made honor choir too, so I have to do honor choir too. I have to try to fit that in.
Cool.
Trombone and the cello.
Nice. Then Kaden, you said honor choir?
I'm going to try some clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah, Devin,
Yeah,
what club do you want to try? There's so many of you guys talking at once. I'm sorry. I'm trying to listen out of both ears. Devin, what did you want to do?
I'm going to try chess club and Pokemon club.
Nice. Some chess and Pokemon. I didn't know there was a Pokemon club. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that Pokemon club started in 5th grade.
Cool.
When I was in it.
Do you like the school? Like, are you a teacher too? Like at elementary?
Kind of. I just graduated from Midland, so I'm going to be a teacher, but I'm not yet. But I want to teach in Korea, so I have to wait a little while until I can do that. Because of COVID, they're not hiring anyone in Korea right now, so.
I'm going to be planning on doing chess club when school starts back up.
All right, chess club, very cool. All right, we're gonna get started, guys. Thanks for letting me know what grades you're gonna go into and what clubs you're gonna be in. That's really exciting. So we're going to start. Today we're going to talk about rhinos and hippos. They're pretty cool animals. Aside from the elephant, they're the 2 heaviest and largest land mammals. And yeah, they're pretty cool. So I'm gonna share with you my screen. Okay. Okay. So rhinos and hippos. So we're going to do a vocab review just really, really quick, just to make sure you guys understand some of the words that we're going to be looking at and seeing. So the first one is a predator, okay, which is an animal that eats or attacks other animals. Okay. Like a lion would be a predator. We have an herbivore, so an animal that eats plants. We reviewed that earlier in this week, but I wanted to go over it again. And then mammals, so warm-blooded and feed their young milk. And they mostly have fur or hair, but not all. In fact, the two that we're going to look at today are mammals, but they don't have fur or hair. Okay, so we're going to start with the rhinoceros. The rhinoceros is the full name for a rhino. Rhino is much easier to say, but rhinoceros means horned nose. So most species of rhinos, all species of rhinos have horns. Some only have one and some have two. So this guy right here has 2 horns. This other guy in the background only has 1. Rhinos are known for their impressive horns and their nose that grow from their noses and their strong bodies. They kind of look like they have armor on, but it's actually just their really thick skin. Rhino horns are special too, because people believe that you can grind it down and be made into medicine. However, that means that people are killing rhinos, and that's not okay. Okay, so some fast facts about rhinos. So rhinos love to wallow in mud. They roll around in mud all the time, and mud helps them protect from sunburns and bug bites, and it keeps them cool in the hot sun. Rhinos live in Africa and Southeast Asia. So we have rhinos that live here. We have the white rhino and the black rhino right here. Then we have the great one-horn rhino. This is going to be our Indian rhino, as you can see right here. Then we have the Java rhino and the Sumatran rhino. Or I guess this is Sumatra and this is Java.
Miss Stacie,
Yes.
isn't the black rhino really rare?
It's the white rhino. We're going to talk about it a little bit. But yes, we're going to talk about it. Okay. So rhinos have poor eyesight. See how small their eyes are compared to their heads. But they have really great sense of smell and hearing. So their ears and their noses, they can smell a lot and hear a lot. Rhinos can be very aggressive towards humans and will charge. So they can run really fast, even though they kind of look big and heavy. Rhinos are herbivores, so they eat plants. They usually eat things off of bushes and grass. And they have no natural predators. You guys know what that means when they have no natural predators?
It means nothing preys on them. Nothing tries to eat them.
Yeah, good job. It means nothing is trying to eat a rhino. Very nice. I don't know, if I had to pick a meal to eat, if I was an animal and I had to pick a meal, I don't think I would go for a rhino. They look pretty intimidating. Okay, now we're going to talk about hippopotamus. So a hippopotamus is the full name for a hippo, and hippos are known for their large mouths and their love for water. Look at this happy hippo. He's just chilling.
Miss Stacie, have you ever heard of the game Hungry Hippos?
Oh, that's like one of the best games ever. How many of you guys have played Hungry Hippos before? Yeah, Devin and Blake both have. Yeah, that's pretty standard, huh? Okay, so some more fast facts. Hippos live in sub-Saharan Africa. Okay, so when we look at Africa, the whole top part is a big, huge desert called the Sahara. Everything below that is called sub-Saharan. Sub meaning below, like a submarine. Sub meaning below the Sahara Desert, and that's where all of the water, the big jungles, the savannas are. So that's where hippos live. They are semi-aquatic, which means they spend most of their day in the water. But usually they just stand in the water and let their head stick out. They don't spend much time underneath. because hippos are actually not very good swimmers at all. And in fact, they don't float, they sink to the bottom. So they just walk around along the bottom because they're so heavy and dense. But that's why they like to stand in water so that they can stick their heads out of it. And hippos can hold their breath up to 5 minutes. If you look in this picture, their nostrils close when they're underwater so that none of the water gets in, and that helps them hold their breath. All right, hippos eat grass on land when the sun sets. So after they stay in the water, and then when the sun goes down and it's nighttime, they go back onto land and they eat then. Their skin can produce its own sunscreen. So that's pretty cool. Imagine never having to put on sunscreen. Oop. Wouldn't that be nice? However, the sunscreen looks bright red, so sometimes people think that hippos are bleeding, but they're not. It's just their own sunscreen. All right, hippos are one of the most fierce and dangerous animals on Earth. Okay, they are very, very dangerous. If you see a hippo in the wild, run. And they can even take down small boats. And despite this, baby hippos are very cute. So this is a pygmy hippo right here. This is a baby pygmy hippo. And I think they're super cute. And this is a hippo taking out an alligator. Adult hippos also don't have very many predators. All right, so now we're going to talk a little bit about conservation. So rhinos and hippos. Rhinos are very endangered, which means there's not very many left in the wild. In fact, there are only 2 white rhinos left on Earth. And that's and their names are Najin and Fatu. So Devin, that's your question. So a white rhino is almost extinct. They're very, very rare. And hippos are less at risk, but their habitats are shrinking due to humans pushing them off their land for farms and cities. So both of these species are at risk. Rhinos are very endangered, which is kind of like they're closer to extinction, and then hippos are just at risk or in danger of being endangered. But there's more hippos than there are rhinos. And these guys over here are Najin and Fatu. All right, so endangered and extinction. So when an animal is considered endangered, it means that they are at risk of going extinct. And an extinct animal is no longer alive in the wild. So dinosaurs and dodo birds are examples of extinct animals. Can you guys think of any other animals that are also extinct? Yeah, Devin, you got one for me?
Mammoths.
Mammoths, good job. I always think of Ice Age. What other animals are extinct?
Saber-toothed tiger.
tigers.
Yep, CJ, saber-toothed tiger, good job.
The giant sloth.
Giant sloths, yep. Very nice. All right. So conservation. Conservation is humans' efforts to save at-risk and endangered species. This includes, we talk a lot about animal species, but we also are trying to save plant species as well. Okay, so anything that's alive, plant or animal. Wildlife preserves in Africa help protect these species from humans who want to hurt them. The largest is in Kenya. So this is the Masai Mara Wildlife Preserve in Kenya, Africa, right here. This is where those 2 white rhinos live, Najin and Fatu. This is also where a lot of other animals are protected. And this is an elephant, and this mountain in the background is Mount Kilimanjaro, which is also within that wildlife preserve.
What happens if it goes off?
What do you mean, honey?
Like if it starts to explode.
Mount Kilimanjaro?
Yeah.
I I think it's been dormant for a very, very long time. I don't think it's gonna go off.
Okay.
But if it did, I think we would have a lot of concerns. All right, we're gonna do some trivia, okay? Like we have in the past, you are going to type your answers into the chat. The first person to type me the correct answer wins that question. I'm not judging you on spelling, and all of your answers will go just to me and nobody else will be able to see them, okay? If you type inappropriate responses, I will kick you out of Zoom, okay? But you guys have been really good so far, so we'll just keep that up, all right? Sound good? So everybody prepare your fingers to do some typing. Open your chat window, okay? Here we go. What word means that an animal is no longer alive in the wild? Riona, you got that. Extinct. Good job. You guys are all typing pretty good answers though. Kaden, you're right, they would be dead. But when we're talking about conservation, we're gonna call it extinct. Very nice. Extinct. I included a picture of some dinosaurs for us on that one. All right. What kind of food does an herbivore eat? Yep, Kaden, plants. Good job. Yep. Herbivores means that they eat plants. Have you guys ever heard of herbs? Yeah, like what seasoning that your parents cook with, herbs, that's also like a plant. So that's, if that helps you.
Herbs are good.
You think herbs are gross? I personally really enjoy them. Food
They're
would be
good,
gross.
especially on food. Oh my gosh. I mean,
Have you ever tried mint leaves?
Yeah. I like it. It's seasoning. You got to add some herbs to your dishes, otherwise they're going to be really boring.
it just tastes like gross, like everything else.
You like garlic?
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Plants. All right. Which animal has horns on their nose? Yep, Brianna. Rhinos do. Bulls have horns on their head or antlers. See what else we got. I saw reindeer, I think is what they're supposed to say. Reindeer have antlers on their head, but rhinos have horns on their noses. So the rhino or the rhinoceros, which means rhino means nose, and this means horn. All right, which animal is one of the most dangerous on the planet? We talked about it in our slideshow. Most dangerous, dangerous to humans. Blake, you're right, it is a hippo. Hippos are one of the most dangerous animals on the planet, especially to humans. Did you know more people die from hippo attacks in a year than lightning? Yeah. More people in Africa die from rhinos than they do of lightning. I mean, not rhinos, hippos.
Okay, well, I did not know that. I thought they died in lions.
Nope. Hippos, they're very aggressive.
Lions
They
do
like to
kill
charge at
people,
people,
though.
and they have really, really strong jaws and really long teeth. You got to be careful around some rhinos. Or, I keep saying that, hippos. Got to be careful around some hippos. Hungry, hungry hippos. Yep, that is right. They are hungry. Yep, look at that hippo taking out that alligator. Or crocodile, rather. Okay, Najin and Fatu are what type of rhino? Ooh, Devin, you got that. White rhinos. Good job. Yep, white rhinos. Najin and Fatu are white rhinos. Yep, there they are again. All right, where do hippos live? Guys are getting close. It's a continent. Amazon, no? Africa. Yep, good job. They live in Africa. Blake, you were close with Sahara Desert. They don't live in the Sahara Desert. They live in the part of Africa that isn't the Sahara Desert. And yeah, yep, so Africa. Yep, so this yellow part shows you where hippos live. And then this red part is where pygmy hippos live. And this green part right up here at the top, that's the Sahara Desert. So hippos don't live there. In fact, not a lot of life lives there at all. Okay, bonus round. What are the names of the last two white rhinos? I've said it several times. Take your best guess. I tell you what, I will give you a win if you can give me the first letter of their names. There's two names if you can give me the first letter of their names. That doesn't count. You can't just type in all the letters. I think, Rihanna, I think you're the closest. It is Najin and Fatu. So you were probably the closest. Oop.
How did I not get it? How did I not get it?
Let me see. I mean, you definitely got N.
Hey, shut up.
But then you just typed all the letters. Rihanna was probably the closest, but you guys put in a really good effort. I'm proud of you.
I mean, I had to get it somewhere. I had to get the F somewhere.
You're right. You got the N first. I'll give you half a point for the N. Sound good? Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay. But you guys did a really great job. Yeah, so Najin and Fatu. Those are kind of hard names because they're African names, right? We're not super familiar with those. All right. Good job, everybody. That's all I have for you today. Thank you for logging in and learning about rhinos and hippos with me. Tomorrow, we're going to be talking about aquariums. So fish and aquatic life. I have, here, I'm going to stop sharing real quick so I can show you. We're going to talk about aquariums. I have a nice big aquarium behind me. There's a little scuba diver, if you can see him. Some awesome tropical fish. That's what we're going to be talking about tomorrow, okay? So I will see you then. Have a great day, guys. Blake, you'll be able to see him tomorrow, hon. Don't worry. Bye.
Never.